I love this time of year. There's just loads to harvest. But with so much to pick, pluck and pull, it can be hard work too. Hi, I'm Ben, and without further ado, I'm going to reveal 12 terrific tips that'll make gathering in your harvests both quicker and easier. Now, many crops will give a second, sometimes smaller crop after the main crop is taken. In the case of chard, you often harvest it one leaf at a time, but another alternative is to slice right through the leaves like this with a sharp knife and then take the whole lot. There are some young leaves in the middle here, and those will re-sprout to give another crop of leaves, and that actually makes harvesting a lot quicker. In the case of crops like cabbages and calabrese or sprouting broccoli, you can just slice off the head of the cabbage or the broccoli that you're harvesting and then leave it for 2, 3, 4 weeks, and you'll get a second crop of smaller leaves but equally delicious leaves, or a second crop of calabrese or sprouting broccoli. 2 crops for the effort of 1. Lifting up roots can be back-breaking work, so don't make it too hard on yourself. First, loosen the soil so that the roots come out a lot more easily and with less effort. Oh, and do use a fork as well to avoid slicing worms in half. You don't always have your tools to hand, and you can actually harvest carrots without any tools, particularly on lighter soils. You've just got to kind of grip it at the top of the root by the bottom of the foliage and then gently rock it back and forth while twisting and gently pulling up. And there you go. Let's try another one. Try one down here. So back and forth gently, twist and pull. Washing and cleaning your vegetables can take as long as harvesting them if you're not careful. So pop your harvested root vegetables into a wire mesh basket or laundry basket, and then pop it into a trug full of water. You can then thrash the produce back and forth in the water to clean them. Once you're done, don't obviously waste the water, use it to water your crops. Potatoes shouldn't be washed, but you still need to remove the dirt, so dig them up for storing on a dry, sunny day. Leave the potatoes on the soil surface for a few hours to help them dry out. Then, when the potatoes are gathered for boxing or bagging up, any encrusted soil should easily come away. You don't want all of your crops to mature at once, so pick prolific crops like beans, summer squash and zucchini or courgettes early and often. This keeps plants cropping for longer, avoids unmanageable gluts, while giving a bigger overall yield from each plant. Sometimes it can be hard to actually spot the beans because the beans are green, like the foliage. These ones are probably a little too big, but I'd have spotted them a little better if they were perhaps purple or yellow or speckled pods. So that's one tip: grow coloured pods that stand out clearer against the foliage, making them easier to spot and pick. And the same can be applied to, say, yellow zucchini or courgettes. Oh, and cut the trim time for beans by lining them up like this before cutting. Do birds peck at your tomatoes? Hang red Christmas baubles among your ripening tomatoes. Birds will try pecking at them and, thwarted, will be less likely to try again. Green, yet to ripen tomatoes are common towards the end of summer. If cold nights or tomato blight threaten, bring your fruits indoors to continue ripening. Place them in a fruit bowl or bag with a ripe banana to speed this up. Or use up green tomatoes in chutney or as totally delicious fried green tomatoes. Find a link to these recipes in the video description below. You really don't want everything maturing at once, otherwise you'll be less inclined to use it. One way to do that is to plant 1 or 2 plants of several fruits rather than lots of plants of an individual fruit. For example, you could plant 1 gooseberry, say a couple of blueberries, 5 raspberries and maybe 2 blackcurrants. That's where you'll get plenty to pick throughout the season and you'll be more inclined to use every last bit of it. And of course, exactly the same principle can be applied to individual crops. Plant a range of varieties that mature at different times to extend the harvest window and minimise gluts. Avoid damaging plants when you're harvesting them, which will also make the job so much easier. In the case of tree fruits, a simple twist and pull motion should cleanly detach the fruit without tearing it. Rhubarb, on the other hand, should be harvested with a short, sharp tug. That reduces the risk of damaging the crown. Using the right technique reduces the risk of disease, so plants remain in better health for cropping next year. You know, sometimes a stool just won't cut it, and getting those ladders out can be a bit scary. So why not make your own very simple low-tech harvester by using a plastic bottle? All I've done is mark out and cut out a gouge into the bottom of the bottle, then flipped it over and secured it onto a bamboo cane really firmly like this. This, I estimate, gives me an extra reach of about 1.5 meters or 5 feet, and that allows me to get right up to the top fruits in this tree here. Pretty nifty, right? And our final hack for harvesting fruits is to thin gooseberries before they've reached full size in early summer. This will give a smaller harvest of firm berries, which are ideal for cooking. The remaining berries can then continue to swell, giving a second crop of larger, ripe berries rather than lots of small berries. All in all, this makes for less time topping and tailing. What was your favourite harvesting hack? Let me know in the comments below, and even better, share your own harvesting tips. Cheers very much for watching. Please be sure to give this video a big green thumbs up to help it get promoted even further. And if you're not subscribed, now's your chance to put that right. Hit the subscribe button and tinkle the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. And if you simply can't get enough of these clever gardening tips, why not check out this playlist on horticultural hacks, which will be sure to keep you busy. I'll catch you next time.